We are finishing season number 2 of New York Giants franchise right now. It's been a long season that's seen 3 different quarterbacks take the field for us, and a ton of injuries affected us, and we've had to battle through it all. Our final record was 13-4 with some crazy wins like last episode to the Arizona Cardinals. And with the season coming down to the wire, the Cowboys lost a game and we beat them, so that means we won the tiebreaker and go into the playoffs with the first seed. And with so much craziness, the playoffs is bound to be even better. So make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. I'm trying to get 100 likes, and let's finish Giants season number 2 strong. And with getting the number 1 seed, the first thing I want to look at is the playoff bracket. What are we dealing with across the board? I know we looked at it last episode, but this is a refresher for everybody here. On the NFC side, the Bucs are taking on the Falcons, so an interdivisional matchup there. And then Green Bay, who we absolutely walloped in the final week of the season, is going up against the Philadelphia Eagles, and the San Francisco 49ers won their division, and the Cowboys, maybe the best wildcard team of all time, are going to be sitting at the 5th seed. But then on the AFC, the Chargers got the number 2 seed, Chiefs with the 7, Jaguars with the 3, facing the number 6 Bengals, and the Patriots actually made it back in. I think their quarterback is Jaden Daniels. I do want to take a look at that. And they also have the Baltimore Ravens at the 5th seed, but the Steelers got the 1 seed. And looking at it, Jordan Love went over to Pittsburgh, so actually replaced Kirk Cousins, who was there. Kenny Pickett's just been such a good backup for them, but Najee Harris had himself one heck of a season. Now with Arthur Smith coming in as OC in real life, that'll be very interesting to see. And I do want to take a look at our stats before we jump in and see who we're going to be facing in round number 1. So Drake May, 19 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. Max Duggan, 6-3. And then at rushing, Saquon Barkley just got him up to 1,200 yards. You got to love it. But Pierre Strong in support finished with 407. And then at receiving, this is where the numbers get a little bit interesting. You're used to seeing receivers with over 1,000 yards, with our passing game being very interesting with multiple quarterbacks, a lot of moving parts, and Wan'Dale Robinson going down with a horrific injury. We actually put up a lot of stats across the board. A lot of guys sitting at 300 to 500 range, and I like that. I like spreading the ball around. I like getting guys involved. Look, everybody had a receiving touchdown on our roster besides only 5 guys. Defensively, Kayvon led our team with only 9 sacks. Williams 6.5. Nick Emirwari got 6. Bobby Okereke. But in the middle, Dexter Lawrence was the MVP for our defense. I don't think I showed it enough, but the amount of tackles for loss we had shutting down teams' running game was huge for us. And with interceptions, I think we were second in the league in takeaways, but Dane Belton with 5, Stingley with 5, Deontay Bang, and even Travis Hunter got in there with 2, so I do like that. But Darrington Evans is going to have a lot of competition coming here soon. I know we gave him an extension on his contract, but a kick returner, Travis Hunter, was balling out for us, including the punt return against the Cowboys. And we did walk away with Coach of the Year, but I do want to go over and see if any of our guys even qualified for Offensive Player of the Year. Saquon Barkley was number 8 there. And Defensive Player of the Year, hey, Sexy Dexy's in there. You got to love it. Offensive Rookie of the Year, first looking at it, Travis Hunter's at the 9 spot. That's so cool to see. And Nick Emirwari beat out Travis Hunter for Defensive Rookie of the Year, as Travis Hunter actually placed 10th, so screw the number 1 pick. It was Nick Emirwari, the safety, who came in, played absolutely well for us. I think better than James Williams did. That's going to take us over to running back with Saquon Barkley being number 3. Wide receiver, I just don't see us having one in here. Yeah, how about offensive line? Hey, John Michael Schmitz in there. So no tackles, no guards. We did get the center. Sexy Dex is getting no love at the D-line spot. Linebacker Bobby Okereke is actually in there. That's actually cool to see. But DBs, surprisingly, we did not get number 1. Deontay Banks, who I think was probably our best corner this year. Dane Belton at number 4. Stingley at 6. Now, the one thing I did want to point out about Stingley is I went back and looked. He allowed a crazy amount of receiving yards this year. Granted, a lot of teams had to throw the ball late in games, but still, he let up a lot of receiving yards for us. But with the playoff bracket looking like this, we're going to play one of these teams here. I would love to go up against Danny Dimes. That would be the coolest thing, a rematch in the divisional. Daniel Jones versus Drake May, his replacement. And so here we go, simming forward on to next week. Let's see who we play, and it's going to be the Atlanta Falcons. So looking at it, they took down the Bucs 31-37. I have to look at the stats here. Daniel Jones, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, but it looks like they just ran the ball better, and they were able to walk away with the win. That's crazy. Oh my gosh, and I forgot they have Kadarius Toney as well. So that receiving core is actually kind of disgusting. But both other NFC East teams did lose, so Packers playing San Francisco. We know how those games usually go. On the other side, the Chiefs knocked off the Jim Harbaugh-led Chargers, and the Baltimore Ravens and the Bengals are going to be matching up. I have to look. It's actually Mac Jones at quarterback. Jaden Daniels is actually for the LA Rams, but Mac Jones kind of balling out over there. Who's their running back? Oh, yeah, that's right. It's Nick Chubb, Bucky Irving as well. So that's crazy to see, but it's time now to prepare for the Falcons. First, looking at our defense, we need to eliminate the medium pass. That's where teams have absolutely cooked us this year. And if you remember, Travis Hunter's not going to be available for this entire playoff run, and we did put him on IR, so that completely takes one of our best slot corners out of the game, and Cordero Flott's going to have to come in. And it looks like the Falcons turned their season around in one of the best defenses in the NFL, except for takeaways. They only have 6 this year, so let's keep it at that. But we're going to try to throw it short against them, get our playmakers in open space. They have a pretty good passer rating where we can beat them there. And I'm just doing half pads. I want nobody injured in practice going into this game, and looking at it across the board. Our weekly goal is going to be throw for 350. We're not throwing for 350, I'll tell you that much. We're going to be ground and pound, short completions, high completion percentage, and we're going to try to work this team to death today. I think the Falcons defense, we can kind of expose them, especially with their lack of takeaways. I know Jesse Bates is back there, but I am not worried too much about him. So we're all ready to go. One final look at the overall rankings. Points per game, we're up there at number 5 across the board. Offensive rushing yards per game, the Falcons are at 8. Defensive points per game is at 4. Defensive passing yards per game at 1. So this is going to be a great matchup. Time to go take down Danny Dimes and prove once again Drake May is the guy. And the Falcons did win the toss, and they want to get the ball coming out of half here. So we're going to start it with Darrington Evans. I saw a little bit of the lane, but I'm excited to finally kick off this playoff matchup today. Drake May, who's been up and down. It's been a roller coaster ride with him this season ever since we announced him finally being the starter. 19 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. But we've had some phenomenal gains as of late when he's healthy. So not the hottest start in the world. That's okay. We're going to go to Saquon Barkley. I just want to get a flow going in this game. And looking at the bottom of the screen, the Kansas City Chiefs at the 7th seed knocked out the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the Cincinnati Bengals knocked out the Ravens. So it's going to be a Joey Burrow matchup versus Patrick Mahomes. As we're going to go quick to the air again. Belly with a good grab. He's going to make it a 3rd and 8, so a little bit more manageable after the opening holding call from Evan Neal. So we are going to try a screenplay here on our first 3rd down. We got a lot of space here. If we could just beat the guy to the edge, and they do hold us to a 4th and 1, so we're going to have to punt this football away. Bobby Spillane quick there in coverage making the play. So maybe they really are the hottest defense in the NFL right now. Practice squad guy Trey Hawkins is going to come down, make a good tackle. And so here comes out now Daniel Jones, rocket number 10, his old predecessor, Eli Manning's number now, 22 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Similar stats there to Drake May. Less yards, though, but he did take over as starter a little bit of the way through as he got used to the system, and then Desmond Ridder started playing horribly like usual. But we do have some moves here today on our defense across the board. Bobby Okereke, first off, that was a great tackle by Nick Amrawari. But as I was saying, Bobby Okereke is going to come down and rush off the edge for us a little bit in this one. I think that's going to give us a better opportunity to get to the quarterback, and we're going to move Isaiah Simmons back to linebacker. And with Travis Hunter out, Dane Belton will just be chilling in the slot for us. They go to the outside. Nick Amrawari, is that Simmons actually? Another good tackle. But I really hope these defensive moves don't kill us in today's ball game, as there's the impact that we get from Dexter Lawrence with Isaiah Simmons, the middle linebacker there. I see him on the come route as they're going to go ahead and get the sack. I was going to say he was on a comeback route, but the blitz from Dane Belton from the slot corner position, we ran a lot of blitzes with Travis Hunter from that spot, and they never worked. But we did force them to an opening punt on their first drive here. So we're going to try to go out with Darrington Evans. If we could just get a little bit more on that edge, we would have been able to break it, but we have great field position. We're winning that field position battle. And so our drive's going to start with Saquon Barkley here on the ground. As long as Zeke can make a good block, and he does. Saquon Barkley starting it out hot. We're crossing almost up to that midfield point. And there is so many ex-Giants on this Falcons roster right now as Keon Coleman gets the little bit of the bubble route up the field. But on defense as well, they do have Jihad Ward. And so that's just crazy to see as Jalen Hyatt gets us another first. And so I'm happy with how this drive is starting right now. As we're going to go to the bubble once again, just let Odell Beckham Jr. try to win in space, and he does. And Drake May starting out this game 5 for 5. That's perfect. I said in this game I want to get high completion percentages, make things work, as Barkley's going to force his way for the first. But I think this is one time where I can take a shot to the end zone if they're man-to-man. But the pressure's really coming up the middle, so I'm just going to scramble with Drake May. And Drake May down the sideline on an 18-yard scramble is going to put us at the 3-yard line. As long as he doesn't get injured, I'm okay taking those runs. I'm okay making plays in open space. He's got great speed. I think it's 88. But Bellinger picked up a good block there, and we're going to be able to go on the goal line here. And so we are going to start with a pitch play here to Barkley out to the outside. Belly, I just need you to hold your block, and that just is just a bad play. And with Barkley coming out, Zeke's going to come in here and just try to cut this one up, and we get bottled up again. And so it's time to go to the air here, and it's a one-read look for me. Actually, it's not, because I was going to go to Keon Coleman on the outside, but we're just going to scramble this one in with Drake May. Okay, so Drake May's here. That's what I'm hearing about this game right now. His scrambling is working, which is something that we haven't really used as much this year. I think he's got like 150 yards scrambling on the season, but I was just looking for the spot route either by Daniel Bellinger, or I put Keon Coleman, motion him out, put him on a zig concept. I wanted him to go one-on-one. I wanted him to win that matchup, but when that wasn't there, the play broke down, everybody was covered. That's where I'm going to scramble out. And so with the first quarter almost coming to a close, we have the 7-0 lead. That was a very long drive coming out from us, but I did bite on the play action. That's going to allow Kyle Pitts just to get space and separation there. But the first quarter does come to a close. Both quarterbacks haven't thrown an incompletion yet. We just dominated time of possession and having over 6 minutes in the first quarter. That touchdown drive was just so long. I've been on the play action again here. We're scrambling out, but luckily they just dump it off. And as long as we can make the tackle, hold them from the first, make it a 3rd down, and they do come out looking 5 wide. So that means you know what we're doing. 6-man blitz up the middle, force the ball out as quickly as possible, and they do. And the problem there, I think it was a little too short of the yard to gain there to be able to run that kind of blitz. I just wanted to see maybe if we could startle the quarterback, not force the ball out, get the sack, but it didn't work. Hot read to Kyle Pitts right away. Xavier McKinney was playing way too far off the ball. And so the drive will continue here. Trap play up the middle, but Sexy Dexy, that's what makes him absolutely elite. The trap to the 3-tech. It's a hard play to run, but it is a very efficient running play. If you can get the guard to pull through like that, Sexy Dexy's just not a guy who's going to fall for that, even in Madden, but I've seen him do it in real life. Trust me, he's dominant in real life there. But they do go to the ground again, and we able to wrap it up, make it a 3rd and 5. And really the one thing we focused on this year was building up our linebacking core to be better, and it just worked out for us. Is this 3rd down doesn't go the Falcons' way. So the Darrington Evans return, they weren't able to pin us that much here, so we're going to try to go on a good drive again, put some more points up on the board. And the Falcons are going to have to go through this game without Grady Jarrett, hopefully. You know, I hate injuries, but it happens. We've suffered our own. But without Grady Jarrett in the middle, maybe we could run all over him. So we're going to try it here with Barkley. I don't really see a hole. Maybe we could break it out, but no, the corner folds down on us. And with 6-on-6 in the box, I'm going to try to run this football one more time here out to the outside, and we get absolutely leveled. I tried to kind of bounce it there, and it just didn't work at all. We got stuck up on the guard there, and the Falcons actually hold us. It was a swim move that bottled us, and we couldn't get the block from Kenyon Green to work. Right there, we got bottled up, and it was just too slow. We got the animation. I'm not risking it. We're going to punt this ball away back to the Atlanta Falcons here. Hey, the practice squad guys making plays for us on special teams. I love it. Cordero Flott couldn't get down there, but Daniel Jones back out here. I'm looking for any quick stops, quick reads that we can take away, but they do test a deep ball, and we're to try to come back to it, but Kadarius Toney makes the grab. Daniel Jones is 7 for 7 for 66, and so that play was just an absolute killer. So we're going to try to take away more routes like that, and there's the breakup that I wanted, but Isaiah Simmons does get banged up on the play, but that is okay still. It just means we're going to have to rely on some other players like Christian Harris to make good plays for us, as the underneath does get broken up with, and they are going to pass it here. We know that, and they do go to a screen here. We just got to meet Bijan Robinson out there. As long as we can make the tackle, the juke move's coming out. It's a 4th and 3 at the 45-yard line. Is this where they decide to go for it, maybe? And it is. This is exactly what I wanted here. Quick throw to the outside, though, and they just completely dialed up against our cover 3, so they get the first down very, very easily. So that's kind of killer. I'm not going to lie. I didn't want anything like that happening, but across the middle, Kadarius Toney is having his way with us right now in this ball game. So it's just about 1st and goal here, but it is a play action coming out. They probably are going to dump it. Actually, Daniel Jones is going to run. Kayvon Thibodeau, good chase down on Daniel Jones. Thank goodness we needed that one. I completely vacated the area to kind of watch for the running back there going out. But they are going to I formation. We should have it bottled up if we can come downhill with Nick Amrawari, and we do. We're holding Bijan 5 rushes for 4 yards. That will take that all day long, as they're probably going to run some spot routes here, and they do throw it, and it is caught by Kyle Pitts. Christian Harris was on him. I said he was maybe going to get some more playing time. That one just didn't work out. Kyle Pitts able to kind of come back on the route, put himself in a good position, catch the football, box out Christian Harris, as we are going to have a very tied football game right now. Maybe one thing I do is bring Cordero Flott, just with his speed in at corner, slot corner at least, to play a little bit there, and move Dane Belton back to safety, kind of sub out James Williams in total, and then play him at sub linebacker instead. But with a 2-minute warning just about approaching here, we're going to run it with Barkley up the middle, try to get some yards before the clock does stop. Barkley up to 31 on the day. Not too bad running the football so far, but this is where we just can't afford to make mistakes and need to get ourselves into the end zone. And Daniel Bellinger is going to start off with an easy first down. Is Drake May. Why are you grabbing your leg? Okay, did you get hit that hard? Please, Drake May, I can't have you out in this game. Looking at the replay, I just need to see what happens here. So Drake May throws it, gets hit, just falls to the ground and grabs his leg. And so guess who's back in? Max Duggan's back in, baby. So let's see what we can do here. A little out route to Saquon's not going to go for much, but I am going to go to the early hurry up here. I want to try to get things working. And actually, I'm going to try, oh, the corner stacked back on top. Thank goodness that wasn't intercepted. I thought the speed from Jalen Hyatt put him up and over the top. He pulled his hamstring. Are you kidding me? I don't care. Drake May's coming back into the game. We need to put a score up on the board here, and it's going to be Jalen Hyatt out to the outside, and he misthrows his first pass. So we're not able to put up any points. Is that killer? Absolutely, as Presley Harvin's going to try to pin him deep here. And it is. Cordero Flott's going to pin him down to the 5-yard line. So they're ready to risk it here. They're going 5 wide across the board. Out to the outside. It is dropped. That was a weird route coming out. And that's Tim Patrick, actually, former Broncos wide receiver who's battled through a lot of injuries. But if I were them, I'd just run the football here. Instead, they do go to a screenplay. And as long as we can tackle him in bounds, maybe I'll burn a timeout here. And I will, just because maybe we can get the ball back with them pinned back this deep. So maybe they, oh, nope, they are going to go to the pass. Wow. Was not expecting that, as the corner route's going to be dropped in up and over the top. And that is maybe why I shouldn't have burned that timeout, but I thought maybe if we could get the stop, get the ball back, get the score, that's a risk you make when trying to win a football game. We just need to continue to make tackles in bounds. They go actually to the same play here. Out to the outside, Nick Emirwari's going to hit him, and I think his knee actually fell in bounds. Nope, he did get out. That will allow me to switch to the nickel here. Is out to the outside once again. Good breakup on the play from Xavier McKinney. And I'm just going to sit in like a QB spy here, where Simmons is coming down. Stingley read it like a book. Granted, the clock stopped. That's perfect. Maybe we could turn around and go on a good drive if we get a good return. But still, that was an interception opportunity that we just missed. So Evans is going to field this about the 15-yard line. I see room. Evans, please. I needed a juke move out of that to work. So I'm worried about the clock here. I'm worried about if we can't get things to work here. But Saquon Barkley, I need this pass to get in. And this is how we started off strong here. As Drake May did get hit really hard, but it doesn't look like he's injured. And they're double teaming Jalen Hyatt pretty hard over there. So I'm going to audible 204 verticals, try to attack Bellinger across the middle here. And it's just going to be a dump off to Barkley. That's almost intercepted. So yeah, not what I wanted. So we're just going to back, make it nice and easy. We're going to do a dump off here to Saquon. I'm going to cut this one back. I see it as he breaks one, and I'm going to burn a timeout now with 28 seconds left. Maybe this is where we take a shot to the end zone. I'm looking at Keon Coleman here. Maybe we can get him one-on-one or Hyatt. Hyatt's got the speed, but Keon Coleman's got the height. And the Falcons really have 2 X factors in their secondary. But I'm going to test the one and go up here to Keon Coleman, but we do get hit as we threw. So the pass blocking has just not been that great for us today, I'll be honest, across the board. But OBJ, catch it. Let's just get out of bounds and keep this drive going. It's 3rd and 5. Maybe we can get the first down. But instead, look, there's 19 seconds left. This is a one-on-one matchup out to the outside. I'm going to look for it right away off the press, Jalen Hyatt. If it doesn't work, then we'll make a play happen here. Maybe dump it out to Saquon Barkley, get the first. But I'm watching all the way, and he fell down. He fell down right away. Oh my gosh, read it like an absolute book. Holy crap. Man-on-man press coverage, Jalen Hyatt against one of their worst corners starting for them in this ball game. I will take that mismatch every single day. Test the receiver, test the corner. Holy crap. And that was actually rookie corner Benjamin Morrison. And I say worst starting corner, but he is an 85 overall. So he's actually disgusting and he's a rookie. But his speed just isn't going to compete with Jalen Hyatt. And with this run right here, this is where we're going to take it to halftime. We're going to watch this clock run down. We shut down Bijan Robinson, made him one-dimensional. Sexy Dexy's feasting in the middle. And looking at the stats, 52 rush yards, 129 yards through the air. Daniel Jones has got more than us, but our team is clicking right now. And I love to report, too, the Packers did it. It took Shedeur Sanders to do it, but they took down the 49ers led by Brock Purdy and were able to move on to the NFC Championship game. But Atlanta is going to come out to start this second half with the ball. And the game plan really doesn't change, but there is a flag that came out. I think it was an illegal motion. I don't think the team was set, actually. And it's offsides on the defense. Dexter Lawrence jumped. It's not the best start in the world, but there's a running back wheel here. And Christian Harris was so unbelievably burnt on that wheel route. If Daniel Jones looked at it, oh my goodness. So now that 3 and out's out of the picture, it's time to lock up here, and I see it. Oh my goodness. Oh, we did knock it out, but Isaiah Simmons, if he was just a little bit faster, maybe we could have gotten that interception. And the Falcons are just in love with this 5-wide look here as Dane Belton gets burnt out of the slot again. So here's how things are going to change. I'm going to move Dane Belton back to safety. I'm going to bring in Cordero Flott. James Williams, I'm going to bring him in at sub linebacker a little bit heavier. Actually, scratch that. Instead, we're moving James Williams out, as that's a horrible pass coming out from Daniel Jones. But James Williams, no more stamina problems. He's well rested. We had the bye week. He's going to play slot corner for us instead. Cordero Flott, I looked at his man coverage. I still just don't feel comfortable enough with it. But Dane Belton is going to be moving back to safety no matter what here as the dump off to it. And Isaiah Simmons makes a tackle, forcing a 3rd and 7. And this is a perfect moment to bring a blitz. Let's see if we can get it to work. We're going to run out here with the running back. And this is where the blitz gets in. Isaiah Simmons, Kayvon Thibodeau there. And we're going to force him out of field goal range most definitely with that one. And so what a good play. They're going to try to pin us deep here. And this one actually goes into the end zone. Darrington Evans, do not touch it. So it's time to go back on work here on offense. And the hole's kind of there. Barkley kind of gets wrapped up. Decent run, though, to start off. If I could keep getting that kind of yards per rush, I will feed Saquon all day long. Or fake it to him here like we're going to do in this play action. And I see Odell crossing. If we could hit him eventually. Odell Beckham Jr. Odell Beckham Jr. hit the spin move of the century. Oh, my goodness. We're down to the 32-yard line. What a big catch coming out from Odell. The way he's played in the slot for us is beautiful. That could be Wan'Dale Robinson, but it just isn't. That's just how this works right now as Barkley gets wrapped up. But OBJ has filled that role so unbelievably well here as I'm looking, and we get absolutely walloped here by Latu. That makes it a 3rd and 18. We're kind of out of field goal range now. I had absolutely no time in the pocket there. And so after another incompletion, Jake Elliott's going to come out here. We got to kick this field goal with Jake. Try to put it through. It's barely going to be enough to squeak through, and it does. 17-7 is your score. Wow, we barely fit that one through the last pass. We tried to go screen and got tackled. It just didn't work. But I'm a little bit more comfortable now that it is a 2-score game. But, you know, what we did to Daniel Jones last time we played him was insane. Is that happening today? Absolutely not. But our defense on 3rd down is just playing very well. As we're going to run with these in routes here. They go back to the running back again. Nick Emery's not able to hold him. And Kadarius Toney, surprise, he's injured. He's going to go on Instagram Live next week and say, oh, the Falcons didn't play me. Little did he know, the Falcons aren't even going to be playing next week. I digress. I'm just a Kadarius Toney hater. You know, you have to be when the Giants draft him that high and he decides to pursue a rap career instead. But I didn't even realize that last catch was made by none other than Isaiah Hodgins, another former Giant heading over to Atlanta. But Kayvon Thibodeau goes down here a little bit banged up. I love that Sexy Dexy's got his X Factor enabled and he's running with that screenplay. I love it. I absolutely love it. We're going to force the Atlanta Falcons to punt this football away again. Our defense is just a black hole right now, swallowing up everybody. Darrington Evans, the outside. He just is allergic to the juke move. It's okay. I digress. Darrington Evans, I know you're a streamer, man. Just learn how to juke better, man. I need your Madden rating up. On Thibodeau, he's got a tear in his abdomen. That sucks. But Bryce Huff's going to get a lot more playing time behind him there in this one. We're going to go to the air here to start off. And maybe we could fit in the window. Oh my goodness, we get his through. So not the best start for both offenses here today, especially in this 3rd quarter. But Saquon Barkley just getting things going is what a nasty juke move. He's almost at 50 yards on the day now. Maybe I just need to feed him more. I just like these easy completions out to the flats that they're just giving. Actually, I'm just going to force that one to Belly. He's going to catch it, get almost no yards out of it. But now we're going to go back to the ground here. Motion Keon Coleman over, and I want to see if we can pick up some more blocks here. Is this run up the middle? Just doesn't go for much. So this is a huge 3rd down in this ball game here as I'm trying to fit it. Can we fit it across? And Hyatt's got the catch. What a play from Jalen Hyatt. We're almost at 200 yards passing in this football game. Drake May sat in the pocket for as long as possible. And coming after that good play, I do want to take a deep shot here. And nothing's going to work. So we are going to go underneath to Ezekiel Elliott. Zeke's going to maybe get the truck, and maybe not really. But I will take a good completion for 8 yards any day of the week. Here is another dump off here. OBJ, we're going to go slow with it. Try to juke back inside. And so we are here, the coveted 4th quarter rushing. We are holding the Falcons right now, dominating on offense. I love it. And we just had really no reason to really test the deep ball besides right before the half. And I just love the short ball today. I'm just going to throw it out here to Odell. And we just get a juke move. Okay, that just didn't work. I had a great idea, grand plan on that play. We're going to hit Odell there. He's going to make one guy miss. And it was him, blocker for us, and then one defender. We're going to have all day. Yeah, it was going to be Saquon Barkley there picking up that block, and it just did not work. But we are going to bring Odell in motion again here. Snap it, fake the jet, make it play action. And this is where I need to go to Jalen Hyatt, but we get hit as we threw again in this ball game. We trade away Tyron Smith. Do I miss him? Absolutely. Every single time I film because I get hit as I throw constantly. But Jake Elliott's going to come in and nail this field goal. Should be through the uprights. Hopefully, barely hits off the post. Holy crap, but we're good to go. So the ball game remains at 2 scores here, and I love how they're just double teaming Sexy Dexy, and it's still not working. And we were the 20th ranked defense, which is kind of crazy to think about in terms of yards allowed. Hey, look, this series was about realism, and the stats reflected here is they're going to test it to Drake London. What a good grab on Deontay Banks. So after another incompletion, but still, they're just trying to air out the ball on us right now. Nick Emery, good stop, I guess. They do still pick up the first. They're moving pretty much at ease right now as they're going to go out. I know they are. Actually, they go all the way back here. Banks, I'm looking for the SWAT. I don't know what's going on there. Play the receiver, I guess. So this is just killer here right now. So we're going to run out, and they do hit another underneath route. These stop routes and these hook to curls are absolutely devastating as they do it again here. And that one, I don't know what happened there, but it worked out. But it is a 3rd and 10, and we're going to hang in the middle here out. But they do go out. I don't even know who that is at receiver. Is that Ali? And it is. but Isaiah Simmons was in man-to-man coverage there. Something he hasn't done a lot for us this season, but I'm still comfortable with him doing that. But it didn't work out as they do run the football here. Up the middle, Dane Belton, make the hit, please. But we are holding the number 8 rushing offense to only 16 yards. And I'm not going to lie, I'm guessing run left here. And I did, and I just guessed it. I assumed they were going to run that. I fully committed to it, but RJ Maryland gets the grab. Now it's back to a one-score game, and we only have to lead by 6. And that's what scares the ever-loving crap out of me. But at least we can get a field goal here. That's the goal on this drive. Get a field goal, get some points up on the board, and then we start off with a holding call. So this drive just became astronomically harder, and it's going to be on Christian Harris. Please, I'm so tired of him. But in this second half, we've only put up like 70 yards of offense right now as we tried to cut it back, and it didn't work. Jesse Bates came up hard as the Forest player inside. So I am going to go to the play action here. Look for Odell Beckham Jr. leaking out, and that doesn't work. Can we throw it over the head to Jalen Hyatt? We do. Jalen, stay in bounds. But he's feasting up to almost 84 yards on the day, and finally we get a hole for us. And this is really where I would love to just run a read option here. Up the middle, Barkley. That's just a tough run. I like it. I cut back up, try to make the safety miss coming down. But you know what? I cannot stay worried about the injuries here. This is a pull read through and through. Drake May, just slide. Please. Oh my gosh. And they tackled him by the hamstring. And so the clock just continues to churn in this game as we just need something to work out for us. Another first. I'll take it. Stay in bounds. We're going to take this now to the 2-minute warning. So this is where they're going to start using their timeouts. We just need to get some runs working here, and I'll take that cutback because the other guy, the defensive lineman, got off that block so unbelievably easy. But I do want to get in field goal range here as the counter works. The counter works. Just get upfield, Barkley. Keep falling forward. And this is all she wrote. We just need a first down. John Michael Schmitz didn't even need to get a block there. We're going to fullback dive here with Ezekiel Elliott. Knee this ball out. And that is going to be the ball game. Just get down nice and easy here, Zeke. Just please don't fumble. Don't do anything stupid. He's got negative 3 rushing yards of the day. No worries. We're going to knee this one out. And that's crappy because one of the Atlanta players actually got injured. So on this 4th down, I'm debating whether I just run backwards or take the point. And so I actually am just going to take the points here. But it's still going to make it a 9-point game in this one. 8 seconds left. They're not going to be able to do much. I'll still play through it. But Daniel Jones tried to face us twice during the season. It didn't work out. We were able to walk away victorious both times. And so we squibbed the ball to them. They didn't do much. So this is going to be all she wrote here in this one. Dane Belton, please finish it off with an interception. Oh my gosh, it was almost caught. Nonetheless, we walk away with a win. We take down the Atlanta Falcons. We're going to the NFC Championship game. Drake May battled through injuries again. Did it without Travis Hunter across the board. A very, very good team game. Final score is 23-14. I'll take that all day long. And let's move on to go see our matchup, a rematch against the Green Bay Packers. But first we need to see if there is any injuries. And there was the one in the ball game, and that's going to be Kayvon Thibodeau. He's going to be out now for the remainder of this playoff run. Hopefully that's not going to be that big of a loss. Bryce Huff, we're going to have to lean on him a lot more now. We're going to place him on season-ending IR. So that brings Wan'Dale Robinson, Travis Hunter, and Kayvon Thibodeau all there. And I know people roast me. People say the injury slider is too much. I think it's at a perfect point here. In the NFL season, you're going to lose players. It just happens that our guys with low injury ratings, it does happen. But Drake May, that's a different story. But we are going to advance on to the next week here, the NFC Conference Championship game. And looking at it, their offense actually dropped off. I thought they were a little bit better when we played them. I guess not. But defensively, the number 2 ranked defense. So we've had to go through some pretty tough defenses. The Falcons were one of the best in the league. Now the Green Bay Packers. And looking at it, Shedeur Sanders did just completely ball out for them this year. Only 8 interceptions. And running the ball, Aaron Jones did pretty well. Trayvon Henderson's behind him. And then Jaden Reed, we all remember, had such a good year out of the slot for them. Romeo Doubs and Christian Watson both had pretty decent years in their own right. But they didn't do a good job getting to the quarterback at all. Really, their defense just held teams in terms of yards. That's about it. Jair Alexander's, though, a lockdown. Him on Jalen Hyatt's going to prove to be a lot of problems. And with the way we've been playing the run, I think our goal in today's game is going to be take Shedeur Sanders out of the game as much as possible. I'm doing half pads across the board split. I don't want any more fatigue issues. And then we are going to continue to throw it short. That's what we've been doing. That's what's been working for us, getting our guys in open space, really driving to the ball when we have that slot route with OBJ especially coming across the middle. That's what works for us here, but we are going to be simming our training, going through, making sure nobody's injured. And it looks like we are all good across the board. Our offensive line's going to have their work cut out for us today, but it is time to jump into this game in the NFC Conference Championship. And so winning the toss, we are going to get the ball here to start the second half. But if you look at the bottom of the screen, the Kansas City Chiefs 48, Cincinnati Bengals 42, so a shootout. between Patrick Mahomes and Joe Burrow. And so the winner of this game, either us or Shedeur Sanders and the Green Bay Packers, is going to face off against Patty Mahomes. And so starting out on defense today, we got to get things going early and often here as they're getting it to read to start early. We're definitely going to be missing Kayvon Thibodeau. I think our only solution for that is letting Micah McFadden maybe Russell off the edge, Bryce Hoff off the other, or Bobby Okereke coming off the edge. But looking at it right here, so many key players for us out. And they're almost up to the midfield stripe already. And for me, that's too early in this game. But I think the way we're going to take down this Green Bay Packers team is to run a lot of man-to-man coverage, mix in only a little bit of zone. But even with Travis Hunter out, I think we can go man-to-man with them across the board as Sexy Dexy gets the 3rd and 2 stop on Aaron Jones. So we are forcing a very, very early punt. And if we could actually catch this here, Evans, stay in bounds. Oh my goodness, Evans. What a good return. Able to catch it on the run there. Turn up field. Got us all the way out to the 30-yard line. I'll take it. But Drake May, the man who's as fragile as glass right now, we need him to have a great day today. Running behind Saquon Barkley as well. But our offensive line has had their struggles. I'm not going to lie. It's been a rough go of things for our offensive line. So running behind Saquon may not be the answer all the time. But I still want to find ways to get him in spaces. OBJ is going to have enough for this first down. Make a guy miss, and we're almost up near midfield now. And I know the comments said it. So many people wanted me to change OBJ's number. It was just not going to happen. I'll be honest. I liked him wearing the number 6 with Banks rocking 3 and then Jalen Hyde actually be given the number 13 by OBJ. It only made sense. But Saquon Barkley, if we can keep this screenplay moving now up to the 36-yard line, what a good drawn-up play. But I really, if we can get him involved like that today, that'll be huge for us. So I'm just going to dump this one off to Musgrave. Nice and easy, get a couple of yards up the field. I'm not going to force anything where we could have turnovers occur. But I did think we learned last game, if we want to win these games, we cannot play scared. We got to have Drake May be able to run the football like he does here for this first. And that's exactly what I need from him here. OBJ now taking the jet motion, and that's not going to go anywhere. Rashad Gary there for the stop. Packers legend. And hopefully that's not a drive killer, but we are going to go to OBJ here on the bubble. OBJ on the bubble is going to have enough to maybe pick up the first down. He does fall forward. Saquon Barkley with the push. 4 for 5 to start this game here. But we need to be able to turn this into 6. And I'm going to see him. Keon Coleman across the middle. Keon Coleman. Smith had inside leverage on him, but I'm like, hey, look, that's Preston Smith in coverage against Keon Coleman, a stud wide receiver, an absolute breakout guy in the second half of the year for this New York Giants franchise. And we're up and early and on the board first. What an absolute dot there. Window shopping on the post route. And I love Preston Smith. Shout out Hall of Fame Gaming. Worked for them this summer. But hey, I digress. We move forward. We got the 7-0 lead. Back out now on defense. They're going to continue to try to feed Aaron Jones in this game, but Bryce Huff, the guy we need to step up in this ball game, makes a great play there. And we actually have been taking him off the field in rush situations, but I am going to be able to leave him on today. So that's a new kind of look we're going to see. But Shedeur Sanders is going to take off here, and the hit stick comes out from him instead, and he trucks forward stingly enough to make it a 3rd and inches. I do want to try to bring a blitz here, try to catch him off guard. Underneath route, Deontay Banks, great job coming downhill, trying to knock that ball. I'll take that all day long. But I do feel a lot more comfortable in this game running the 4-3 look, except for when that happens. Banks, I was just hyping you up. Then you get burned off the line by Reed. But as I was saying, the Packers have a really old tight end core, not a lot of speed to them. So that's going to allow us to use some of our guys, especially the linebackers like Christian Harris, Bobby Okereke, Quay Walker, to run with them in coverage. And then bumping Isaiah Simmons back. Overall, just we're going to work out pretty well here. But James Williams does give up the first on a little pick play. And that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter. Winner this game goes to the Super Bowl. Pretty even right now across the board. The Packers are driving. The Packers are just loving this look here. The 2 tight end set, but I'm there all the way. Oh, Bobby Okereke right through your hands. Oh, I read it like an absolute book. And that is absolutely killer, but David Bakhtiari did go out with an injury, so I tried blitzing right at it. Didn't quite work. 3rd and 5 now. So we are going to be sitting in a cover 3 here, and they are going to the outside. Can we knock it down? What a good play from James Williams. That's why I love him. I sat on it. I read that one as well. And we're going to force the Packers to a field goal. He's 6'4" with an incredible reach out of Miami. In real life, I'm so excited to see where he ends up. But the Packers get 3. And this game just got a little bit closer. And I love Darrington Evans. So we're just been returning everything with him all season long. But that one, no luck there. And starting it out, I do want to establish a little bit of movement on the ground here. And Saquon Barkley doing just that. Out to the outside, making one guy miss, pushing another one up the field here. And if we could get that kind of movement all day long, that would be something special here. But Daniel Bellinger engaged Rashad Gary, and then got off of him too quickly going up to the second level. That's not fun, but I digress. We move forward here. Belly, we're actually going to go to him now after he did miss the block. And on this 3rd and 4, we're going to try to catch him slipping for a run. That just doesn't work across the board. Clark completely bullied Andrew Thomas. Kenny Clark, an absolute menace in the middle. Their own Dexter Lawrence, if you will. And he just completely beat him inside shade there, scraped across the face, and we're going to punt this football away. And the ball is going to land. Hopefully it doesn't bounce into the end zone, and it does. The Packers have had some really good drives to start out this game, and I just can't let that be the case again here. I was going to say I'd love a 3 and out, but that's already not happening here as we do bottle up this Aaron Jones run. And if I remember correctly, he's already got more rushing yards. Whoa, Micah McFadden coming in for the good tackle. But I was going to say he's got more rushing yards today than I think he had the last time we faced off in week number 18 here. But this is a huge 3rd down for the Green Bay Packers. His pressure up the middle is going to force Shedeur Sanders to scramble, and instead of taking off, Sexy Dexy's pressure up the middle forces the throwaway, forces a punt from this Packers team. And if we could really get pressure with a 4-man, especially now with David Bakhtiari out, that would be huge for us as Preston Smith's going to bottle this one up. Starting out once again, I'm going to start with the ground, get things kind of rolling here. Barkley, good run, about 6. And after another play goes for nothing here, we're already in a 3rd down. And this ball just goes way out of bounds, floats. We're not able to get the accuracy in there. Drake May, the incompletion's going to force us to give the ball right back. And in this jumbo look, it's got to be a run up the middle, and it is. Aaron Jones breaks one past Bobby Okereke. Luckily enough, Quay Walker's fast enough, but that could have been very, very bad to start out this drive. So not what we needed so far, but they're just going to Aaron Jones, and I'm actually appreciating that they're trying to run the ball against us, and they're having some success. Teams haven't done that a lot against us in the past couple of weeks, but it definitely means we're going to be sitting in the 4-3 a lot more. I'm seeing it right now. I was running it outside. I saw the tight end. That was Austin Hooper, got wide open. But we are at the 2-minute warning now already in this ball game, and it may be a more obvious passing situation. Now I'm going to sit here, and we do have pressure. Who was that? Was that Bobby Okereke off the edge? I have to look. I know it was actually Ed Oliver coming on the spin move, getting off and putting the pressure on the quarterback. We traded for him early on in the season for BJ Hill, and I could not be happier. He hasn't made a big splashes, but being consistent on the inside, drawing the double teams every once in a while is all you need. But Evans is going to get another chance to return here. And we just need to get a field for just a little bit. And Evans, I'll take that up to the 20-yard line. And this is an opportunity now where we could put another score up on the board. I'm going to throw it underneath. And that one should have been picked off. I threw it before the corner turned his shoulder. So we did kind of get away from one there. But OBJ out in the bubble. I tried to get some separation. Didn't quite work. Packers already burning a timeout. And I definitely don't want to give the ball back in this one. But this is where this should be open. It's another poor accuracy throw coming out from Drake May. Accuracy really hasn't been his problem this season, but it's showing here. A couple errant throws on some 3rd down. And I wanted to stay in the nickel, but that's not going to be the case here, actually. We're going to come out in the 4-3 look with all the personnel they have on the field here. But a quick pass to the outside, and he does get out. Quay Walker, good tackle, though. But this is where I am going to go man-to-man across the board. Across the middle, James Williams gets burnt by Romeo Dobbs for the 1st down. They're up to the 44-yard line, going in the hurry-up now. And I may be burning a timeout, maybe to switch the personnel grouping just a little bit. I'm not happy with how this is looking. But out to the outside, I try to go for the swat, didn't quite work. Jaden Reed, good grab. But the clock does continue to tick down here. Packers do call an audible. Quick to the outside, Dane Belton, good breakup. Somebody in the comments said Dane Belton plays like prime Ed Reed, and I love that comparison. Because watching his tape coming out of college, he really seemed like the guy who could make a big impact as we get the luckiest breakup of all time. I switched on, went for the swat, but I needed to know what happened here. So Stingley got completely burnt off the jump. Look how much separation is between the two. He folds back in to cut off the trajectory of the pass. That should have been a touchdown for the Packers, but our secondary steps up. So Green Bay is going to take a field goal here, cut it to 6-7. We're just going to take this one at halftime. I don't want to do anything crazy here. Mistakes equal points in this late in the season. And looking at it, it's crazy to think that in the playoff bracket, the Chiefs and the Bengals are the 6th and 7th seed. Well, us and the Green Bay Packers, the 1 and the 3 battling now. But the blessing is we are starting this half with the football here. Darrington Evans running it back. I'm looking for a lane. There's nothing there. But other than the first drive of the game, our offense has been kind of stagnant. Drake May's thrown some really, really bad passes. And we still have less than 100 yards of total offense in this game. And a lot of it's come from this guy right here, Saquon Barkley, starting off strong. And if I keep feeding him, I wonder how so much success we can have here as I saw the hole open up. If I could just cut a second sooner and we get that guy not to hit us. But then I also want to build plays off of it, like the play action here. And I see him. Belly, please bring this in. Daniel Bellinger with one of the best catches on the day. One of the first deep shots that we've had land. And we're already up to the 35-yard line. It was a simple play action. We held the linebacker a little bit and up and over the top. Safety couldn't get over quick enough and we dropped it in. So if our offense is running through Saquon Barkley, just let it here. Just let it. And that's another good run that time for 8. And if this is how we're starting our half, screw it. I will not throw the ball at all. Instead, I'll let Saquon Barkley go to work and there's a penalty flag. Oh, that's killer. And I think it's going to be on Andrew Thomas on Kenny Clark. That matchup is going to be absolutely killer. It's actually on Kenyon Green, the left guard. Luckily, we still get 1 yard out of it based on how the play worked out here, but Zeke is going to be able to actually break some and get up, make it a 3rd and 4. That's a pretty tough run from Zeke. I like that from the backup, but with Saquon still not in on this 3rd down, we're going to run a little bit of a triple option type look here. It's going to be just Drake May taking off. Drake May, please get the blocks, and we do get the first. Saquon finally in after a Drake May incompletion. No worries. We get hit as we threw. We're already in a 3rd and 10. So going 5 wide, we got to put something in the end zone, and I'm going to test Belly. I'm going to test Bellinger. Bellinger, the tight end. We've been waiting for him to have a good season all year long. He's been extremely mediocre, even when Luke Musgrave got injured after we traded for Luke Musgrave to maybe replace Bellinger one day. Finally, in the NFC Championship game, he's got the huge catch and the jump ball here against the linebacker. That's exactly what we needed from the big guy. And so the 4th-year man gets into the end zone to make it a 14-6 ball game. And I hope it isn't the same in both halves. Here's Dane Belton on the RPO. Dane Belton just has to beat Shedeur Sanders to the pylon and does. It was an RPO and Shedeur Sanders pulled it and threw. No freaking way. Dane Belton, the hero of Giants franchise, multiple different games this year, jumps the RPO action, just easily sitting on it. He's sitting on it completely. A bad read from the rookie quarterback for the Green Bay Packers. He just got an absolute gift just sitting in the hole, picked it off, easy interception, ran it back. And you want to talk about momentum. In the span of 25 seconds, we put 2 scores up on the board. And the nice thing is this may make the Packers pretty one-dimensional here as they're going to try to go to the air a lot. But I still want to bring a lot of blitzes. Fluster the rookie quarterback as we're getting into a scramble here, and Dane Belton's going to hold him from the first. And I'm feeling it here. We're going to bring another blitz. But they do go to a stop route, and it's just a bad throw. We're going to get the ball back again after the bad throw from Shedeur. Darrington Evans is going to field this punt here, and we're not going to be able to run this one back, but it's still getting all the way up to the 35. I will take it. And this is where I really want to control the ground up the middle, but the Packers are going to make it hard. But one more score. This game might be over, but we are going to go out to Saquon out in the flats, and Saquon's turning it up enough for the first. Drake May, just say, we had a couple missed throws, but just a consistent day. 9 of 15 so far. Not a lot of yards, but 2 touchdowns to his name here as we're going to try to truck through the defender there. Andrew Thomas pushing us forward, and we are averaging 5 yards on the ground with Barkley, which is exactly what we need from him. And we're going to continue to feed him here. We're going to continue to feed him right up the middle. As long as we can get the first, I'll take it. And with how our offensive line's cooking, we've really got no reason to throw the football. But I know we can't run up the middle every play, but I can do a stretch play to the outside. And as long as we get a little bit of space, Barkley picking up another one. And we're just having our way with this defense right now. And Belly's going to have another good catch. I absolutely love what we're getting from him today. But with Barkley getting tired, we are going to go to the 5 wide. I'm just going to go underneath to Belly, and we do get hit as we throw. My thing is I just can't force anything right now, but we are having no luck with Andrew Thomas versus Kenny Clark. So we have to try to throw to the sticks to pick up this first down, and I'm going to try to go to Keon Coleman, and he's got such a good range. Can make the catch, big body, boxed out. I'll take it. And I love that he's talking with Jair Alexander there. And with the last play of the 3rd quarter here, Barkley's going to be able to fight forward up to the 1, and that does bring us now to the final quarter of the NFC Championship game. And you look at the stats, our defense is holding down the fort, bend but don't break on this Green Bay Packers team. And being at the inches yard line, we should have no problem here running this one in, and we do. Saquon Barkley, he hops on his back, it doesn't matter, getting into the end zone. And so now the score is extended 28-6. We're having our way with these Packers here. 2 times in the past 4 weeks, we have beat the crap out of the Green Bay Packers. I love it. Shedeur Sanders, the rookie quarterback, couldn't produce when it was needed. But I think for the rest of this game, I'm just going to go out here and sit and dime look, because that's a good breakup. That was actually Deontay Banks slid his little hand in there. But this is where we're going to make our money in this ball game. It is a screenplay, and as long as we can turn it in, that would be perfect. Dane Belton turning that play Aaron Jones infield. As passing defense, we've been one of the worst in the league. Granted, we've had a ton of teams pass the ball against us, especially with them being down. But on this 3rd and 7, we're only rushing 3, but they do go to a draw play. Actually, great play design, but Dane Belton says absolutely not. Dane Belton, the hero of this game, and it probably means the Packers are going to have to go for it, and they are. But they are going 2 running back set I formation. We're bringing the blitz. I want this to be game right here. I want them to have no chance, and they do go to the air. Okay. And they do go underneath, and it is knocked out by Stingley. And so our defense coming up absolutely clutch in this one. Barkley breaking through tackles as he goes down with an injury. Oh my goodness. No freaking way. Please don't be that serious. I can't have this right now. Oh, he's limping off the field. Love that. So the question is now, will Ezekiel Elliott win a Super Bowl before the Cowboys do? As Keon Coleman, holy crap, on the drag route, just get himself into the end zone. It was that simple. That simple. The sliders have gotten harder every single week. This is now to the point where almost every single slider is maxed out for the CPU and away from us. Holy crap. Keon Coleman getting himself into the end zone. His 2nd touchdown of the day. He did get the first touchdown of the day. We're up 35-6 now. You want to talk about momentum shifting. You know, it was kind of eating egg and egg at a half, but with our first score, the pick 6, turned around score. Holy crap, our team is feasting. And while you're here, make sure to like and subscribe. I'll remind you again, you're probably a little bit through the episode, and Saquon Barkley goes down with an ACL tear. Are you joking? So we're going to be without Saquon Barkley, and that injury is going to run all the way into next season. Don't you just love life? You can't have everything go right. There's always got to be something. And now, I mean, it's going to be the Pierre Strong and Ezekiel Elliott show. And we're just going to keep sitting in dollar and dime looks and nickel looks, just trying to make things happen here. We're running across with the pass play. Romeo Doubs is so quick. This Packers team is just young. They're too young. They have a lot of weapons. And Romeo Doubs burns Isaiah Simmons again there. I like it when we're in the nickel or the dime, and Isaiah Simmons is on the running back. That's the best matchup. Or when he's against tight ends. Not when he's against Romeo Doubs. There's not going to be work there as this pass goes errant. So it looks more and more like the winner of this game will have to be the Kansas City Chiefs here. Looking at the stats on the bottom of the screen, Patrick Mahomes threw for almost 500 passing yards. Pachenko got 75 here as they do go back to the ground here. I'm trying to break out, and we do hold him before the first. And Aaron Jones also averaging 5 yards per carry. He's having a good day of his own right. And next week when we face off against a better running back like Pachenko, it's going to be scary as it's going to be Quay Walker, the former Packer, bringing down Jones. But they did get a first down out of that, and they are going to go to the air here. We have to run with Jones really fast as Nick Amrawari almost picked off. Really good man-to-man coverage. As a safety, being able to bring him down, play him in linebacker, play him in man-to-man, play him in zone looks. He's been an absolute weapon for us this year, and defensive rookie of the year, and he's been absolutely just feasting for us today. As it's actually going to be Shedeur Sanders taking off, and he's going to take this one into the end zone. I didn't put a QB spy on. I didn't think that was going to be a big issue. It was. Green Bay Packers do score. Luckily, we still have a very, very nice lead in this ball game. And if I'm not mistaken, I think according to models, you need to start going for the 2-point conversion now, but they're going to take the field goal instead here with 4 minutes, 33 seconds left on the clock. Do they onside kick it this early? And they do. Okay, so a good call on my part, making sure to go over to that. Who do we have up there? Is that Zeke up there? But Keon Coleman's going to fall on it. Perfect. Keon Coleman, just go down, please. But I guess we need to get used to Saquon Barkley gone, and our team's going to be leaning on Ezekiel Elliott and Pierre Strong, and we just cannot afford Drake May to go down in this ballgame. That's something we need to stop from happening, so he's going to take no shots, no read options, no nothing. But if this showed me anything right here, our running game is going to be a struggle, unless, wait, timeout, Zeke out to the outside, truck through a defender, and get us to the first down. On a 3rd and 11, we're able to pick it up, and they're not even trying to burn timeouts. That's wild right now. It's actually good block by Musgrave on the outside. I was expecting him to get on over on top of us to make the tackle. Preston Smith, I mean there. But now Pierre Strong's going to come in, and we're actually going to cut this one right back up the middle. The 2-minute warning does hit, and one more 3rd down conversion should do it here. As I'm trying to get up the middle, we do have just enough to get it to work, but John Michael Schmidt goes down hurting, grabbing his shoulder. Watch, he's going to be limping off the field. Oh, now he's in concussion protocol, apparently. But this is going to be all she wrote. We're going to take it to the end screen. Look at some of the stats, unless they do start burning timeouts now, which I don't foresee happening. And with Zeke carrying us all the way down to about the 3-yard line, didn't want to score, just decided to go down, but that is going to be all she wrote. Packers didn't use their timeouts, but we walk away in this game with a win. Holy crap, what a game from the New York Giants. Defense stepped up. Dane Belton got to take away MVP in that one. I need to start announcing team MVPs after every single game, who I think was the MVP, offense and defense. Offensively, Daniel Bellinger, man, way did he play today? Drake May, only 12 for 19, but 3 tutties to his name. Z came in, ran in pretty good in support. He had one little breakaway run there at the end to get us down to the 3-yard line. But Keon Coleman, 2 touchdowns on 3 catches. And Belton, holy crap, leading our team in tackles, got the pick 6. Just a phenomenal day from the 4th year man now. And somebody in the comments, like I was saying earlier, he's playing like Ed Reed in this franchise. He really is. He really freaking is. Absolute unit. But that's going to be it for this game. Moving on now to the one we've all been waiting for, the one we've all been fighting for. It's time for the Super Bowl. It is here, so I'm sure you guys do want to see what players did make it. Shedeur Sanders made it. Michael Penix made it for the NFC, as well as Jalen Hurts going down here. Anything that really sticks out. Kyle Juszczyk, gotta love the tight end there. Jayden Reed, absolute animal for the Packers this season. Just facing him, he was disgusting. Michael Thomas is still somehow making Pro Bowls. I hate that guy. Not really, but if you can run a slant and catch, I guess you can make millions of dollars here. And it is sad because there are no Giants that are going to be here on the list, Lawrence. That's the other one. Don't worry. Going down, looking a little bit more. Yannick Ngakoue at a 75 overall made it. Another notable one here looking across. Is that Mozzie Smith from the Cowboys? I think that is. Mozzie Smith got it. Levante David still kicking. Mondon Jr. and J.O.K. in there at linebacker. Willie Gay at 80 overall sneaking his way in. And corner's a little bit weird, but I love looking at the left-hand side there. Cooper DeJean making it the Iowa product. White boy corner. Sneaky athleticism, man. Getting in there. And then at free safety, it should have been our guys getting in there. Hafunga getting in. And kick returner, punt returner, Zonovan Knight. I love that. Jameson Williams at receiver for the Detroit Lions. But let's be real. Dane Belton should have made it. I think Saquon Barkley should have made it as well. Deonte Banks and Stingley, both of them might have made it. Kayvon Thibodeau maybe had a chance. That one was going to be a little bit tougher to maybe think about and really rationalize an argument for it. Offensive line, John Michael Schmitz should have been in there. Jalen Hyatt over the upgrade points. I'll take that. +2 awareness. And last but not least, Keon Coleman. I'm going to put it on deep threat. And I hear me out here. I need a speed upgrade from him coming soon. But the +3 catching, I'll take it, I guess. But with all that being said, it's time now to maybe end Giants franchise on top with a Super Bowl win. And so it comes down to this. We're here finally all the way through 2 seasons of Giants franchise. We built the roster a little bit faster than I even thought, and we're already got ourselves to the Super Bowl. And looking at our schedule, we did take an L to them back in week number 10. I had to play it twice thanks to EA losing connection. But if you guys remember that game, Derek Carr had to play quarterback for us, not Drake May. Drake May went down early with an injury. And Max Duggan, I was not sure we were going to be starting him just yet. And then rushing the ball as well. Saquon Barkley did not have a good day at all. We couldn't get anything working. But looking at Pat Mahomes' stats, 73% completion percentage, almost 300 yards per game, while Pacheco on the ground was absolutely balling out. And Pacheco's probably one of the best up-and-coming running backs in the NFL, at least in my opinion. I'm a Rutgers fan, so, I'm a little bit biased there. But they did have 3 1,000-yard receivers. Sky Moore finally came into his own. Pacheco even got some work through the air. But defensively, they didn't do that good. Yeah, they maybe held some teams in yards, but did not force a lot of turnovers, as well as sacks. Just didn't have a lot there either. But this is the one guy I'm scared about in this game, George Karlaftis, only because him coming off the edge against Matt Parrott or Andrew Thomas could create some problems. And up the middle, John Michael Schmitz has his work cut out for him in Chris Jones today. But we do have a Super Bowl media day. Every dreams coach is to host the Lombardi, and the confetti rains down. And you have a chance to do that for the first time. What would this win mean? It would mean everything for us. Giants franchise either ends today after this episode. If we lose, we go forward into next year. We're not stopping until we win a Super Bowl. But just looking at what the Chiefs did last game, Patrick Mahomes had an absolute crazy game. I know I talked about it a little bit during our game against the Green Bay Packers here, but this roster is just complete, especially when they're not rotating receivers like real life. This is a very dangerous team. Barrett Carter in the middle from Clemson. But I think our goal today is stop the deep pass. I don't want to let anything deep up and over the top, and that means Pacheco is going to have some issues in the run game against us. Maybe he'll make our life a little bit easier with the way we're going to be playing it. But today, I also want to throw the ball deep. It's as simple as that. I want this game to be a shootout. The Chiefs, they've had a lot of shootouts. We have not. I think our only shootout this year was against the Arizona Cardinals, and in that sort of aspect, So it's going to make this game very, very tough for us. But I am very, very excited for the challenge. I just have to make sure nobody's injured. It would suck going into the Super Bowl to have some people on our roster who aren't able to go. But luckily enough, we're all good. Splitting pads since week 8 has just been a blessing. So no practice injuries. But we are 4 overalls less than them. So we need to upgrade some players first. And I'm going to need a lot of good play from him. Nicky Mawari, he's up to now to an 81 with the 3 morale boosts. He's a beast. And if you want to take our look at our roster one more time before we jump in here across the board, we're going to have to get it done without Saquon Barkley on the offense. And then on the defense, we're going to have to do it without Kayvon Thibodeau. So Dante Corleone, the guy who struggled with injuries since we drafted him 2 years ago. He's healthy enough where he's going to get the start today. And running this 4-3 look, having Ed Oliver and Sexy Dexy in the middle could be dangerous. But I do love this right here. If you guys haven't seen, Dane Belton is now up to a superstar, which is such a good feeling thanks to the awards that he won. And I couldn't be more excited, but it's finally now time to take the Giants to the Super Bowl. Let's see how we do. And looks like we're sitting in Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Home to the Falcons for this one, so I am very, very excited to see how this game kicks off. I do want to win the toss because I want the ball in the second half here. And it looks like we did win the toss, so we're going to be kicking this ball off here. The Chiefs are going to go on offense first. Pat McCoy, the rookie running back set to return. So we're going to start it off here with a Jake Elliott kick, and the Super Bowl is going to be underway as McCoy's going to take a knee. So Pat Mahomes couldn't get it done last year going to the Super Bowl, but hey, he's got another shot here in this one. In real life, he's also in the Super Bowl, but the Madden gods seem to love him. He seems to make it every other year. 36 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, as we've shown numerous times. And a big factor for us today is going to be how well we can play with our linebacking core. Isaiah Simmons, Nick Amrawari coming down, James Williams, Bobby Okereke, and Quay Walker. As it's really going to be a package-based game across the board here. Which packages can we put ourselves in to give us the best chance to win? But as you can see, we have so many guys that are down with injury right now that are key players for us heading into the Super Bowl. But the one matchup I am excited about is the Travis Kelce versus Isaiah Simmons and James Williams. And I want to be able to give him a run for his money today. We're going to go out and try to break this one up to Travis Kelce, not able to get there in time. But they are going 5 wide here as they go to Kelce again, and we are able to knock it out. I like the move of Stingley coming into the slot on that one. And they're going with the 5 wide again, so we're going to bring pressure up the middle and have a free runner. And if James Williams can get to the quarterback, we beat up on James Williams so much, especially in the back half of the season. But he could be a key player for us in the Super Bowl. I called it. That linebacking core, I need him of all people to step up today, and he does here on this second down sack. He came in as a free rusher. 5 against 6. The numbers just don't match up. So it is 3rd and 18, and we just got to drop here in coverage. Simple as that. We almost had his sack there, but James Williams is going to come down and just make Patrick Mahomes throw this one away. Bryce Huff was almost able to get pressure off the edge, and after a decent return by Darrington Evans here, we're going to start off with the run, nice and easy. Chris Jones in the middle is going to be a big struggle for us in this ball game, but if we can establish this run, that'll set the tone for this entire game here as Zeke's going to have the edge and just try to get up for that first down marker. It's already a 3rd and 2. And so we are going to make this a tone setter right here. Power up the middle. Zeke's able to fall forward for the first. The fullback, Brevin Jordan, completely missed this assignment. But nonetheless, we're able to get it to work here, and we're just going to continue to feed. As Zeke's going to have another good run here. He's going to pick up another first down as we're just feeding Zeke in this start of the ball game. And if I have no reason to pass it, I just won't here. As if we can get Green to pick up this block, we're going to have another good run. Zeke feeding his way up the field. 7 yards per carry to start off this one for him, and I couldn't be more happier. But out of a 3 tight end set, this is where I am going to go to the air, and I am going to go across the field here to Bellinger, and Bellinger's able to bring it down at the 10-yard line. So a pretty good start so far here, but Odell, if Keon Coleman can pick up that block, and he doesn't, that one doesn't go for anywhere. The Chiefs are an explosive team, and we have to be able to put points up on the board here, especially touchdowns if we want it to work. Underneath to Jalen Hyatt to put us down on the 4, but Joshua Izuditsu toes down with an injury. So at the guard spot, we're going to be hurting just a little bit more. Maybe he was in a tackle there. I didn't quite see. But we are going to try to punch it in with Zeke at the 4-yard line, and we are going to fall forward, but we're going to go down at the 1-yard line, and I'm not going to risk it. CPU, coach suggestions, everything tells me to take the points here, and we're going to walk away with 3 points to start this ball game. There was an injury at the top of the screen I didn't quite see. Nonetheless, we put some points up on the board, 3-0 now in this Super Bowl. So Patty Mahomes is coming back out, but we have not gone to the 4-3 at all in this bowl game. As I read the pass all the way to Rashid Rice, could have gotten an interception with Williams. I completely abandoned my assignment, I'm not going to lie. But that one could have been a beautiful start here as I'm going to run, and they're going to go across the middle here, and that's why I like Deontay Banks. Sky Moore, quick, fast, good off the line. His hands in real life are just a little bit questionable. So, if we can get Deontay Banks to run with him, we should have some success today. But now we're finally coming out in the 4-3 as they go to a run, and Micah McFadden coming through the line, making a fantastic play to force another Chiefs punt. Formerly stuck at the bottom of the depth chart 5 years ago for the New York Giants, has developed into a core piece of that defense here, as we're going to try to run this one back with Evans, and we have a lot of space, and it is the punter that brings us down, but we get it all the way up to the 45, and we're going to start off this drive right away through the air right now. I saw Odell Beckham Jr., and we actually fumbled the football. Luckily, Matt Parrott's able to fall on it. I should have tried to throw a little bit quicker to OBJ. It just didn't go through. We take a really bad sack. And so that one really backs us up. Not the best play in the world here, but we're going to go to Zeke on the screenplay, try to pick up some of those yards back. And Zeke's going to fight his way forward to make it a 3rd and 10. But that's going to be the end of the first quarter. So a dangerous moment there to finish up the first quarter. But across the board, our offense is chugging. I can't lie. I'm excited with how our team's looking so far. Hopefully we can put up more points here. But I'm going to be looking at Keon Coleman here on the bubble. Unless OBJ can sit in this slot. And he's not going to get enough for the first down. 4th and 4. I don't want to go for it around midfield. I was hoping that the linebacker didn't rotate over in time in that zone coverage look. So we are going to have to punt this football away. Presley Harvin's going to try to really pin them deep here. It's going to land at about the 8-yard line. Fall forward and bounce into the end zone. This is why I'm tired of Presley Harvin. He does that too much. And that could have been a perfect opportunity for us if they do go to a little bit of the bench concept. And on second down, we are going to try to bring a blitz here, and we can come across. Pachenko's got a little bit of move to run, but we do bring him down. James Williams banged up, though, on the play. So this is going to be bad. Cordero Flott's going to have to come in for us a little bit on some of the different sets. And then at linebacker, we're going to have to ask a lot now of Quay Walker as this run does go for a first down. But yeah, nickel set's going forward. I'm not going to put in another safety. Instead, I'm going to run with Quay Walker. We dropped another interception. Quay Walker has like the worst hands for a linebacker. I swear, I've dropped multiple interceptions with him as James Williams breaks his collarbone. So that does suck. So that's going to be a big issue going forward in this Super Bowl. But this is where we have to run zone coverage here because I can't have Quay Walker man on man here. Patrick Mahomes is actually going to step up and he just chucks this one out of bounds. So another big 3rd down for the Chiefs here. We're going to drop as they do find it in the little window there. The cover 3 just gives him just a little too much room to fit that one in. So maybe we'll stick to some heavier zone looks. I mean, man-to-man looks here, but Deontay Banks lets up another completion to Sky Moore. And that's a matchup I don't want to have to worry about in this ball game. But so far, Sky Moore has just won that one, and that's just how it's worked so far. But now Travis Kelce leaking out, and he's going to get enough for the first. So what I really need is just Quay Walker to be man-on-man with Pacheco. I think that's how we're going to get this to work. But Sky Moore again with Deontay Banks, who couldn't even bring him down on the tackle. But they are going to a jumbo package here, and it is a pitch play to the outside. And we're there with Deontay Banks. I ran all the way out there immediately to try to hold it, and we do. Banks, good play, and Belton, good play as well. They're staying in this heavy look here, and it's a fullback dive up the middle to number 19. I don't even know who that is. O. Jones. At first, I thought it was Kadarius Toney, but, he went over to the Falcons. So it is 3rd and goal, and they are going to hand it off one more time, and Jones is going to be able to get into the end zone. Orlando Jones, the big fullback, fights his way in, and the Chiefs gain the lead here in this Super Bowl in the second quarter. Not what we wanted to see. Definitely want to put some more points up on the board here. That Drake May sack on our last drive really killed our momentum. But with Joe Milton holding, they're going to put this one up and make it a 4-point ball game. So it's time now. We need a good return from the one, the only Darrington Evans. And I see it on the sideline. If that block just got in a little bit more, we could have broken that one away. But up to the 33, I'll take it. But I really, really need points on this drive here. As I'm looking across, and that's just a bad throw coming out. We are at poor accuracy. I thought we were going to be under pressure, but we're at poor accuracy. So now out to a mesh concept to try to get it working, and I see him. Luke Musgrave, the speed there from the big linebacker is enough to get past him, and that's perfect from the big tight end, Luke Musgrave. At 89 speed for his size is ridiculous. And that's partially the reason we traded for him, but the Chiefs sitting in this 3-3 stack here, we should be able to break one up the middle. We do. Zeke, if he just had the explosive speed, we could have broken it. But I love the way this drive is going right now here as we're going to throw this one out. Actually broken up. Holy crap. I thought Keon Coleman was in the corner. We're running together up the field, but it does bring up a 3rd and 2 that we're going to need to convert here. I'm just going to dump it off to Zeke just to get the first down. And if we could truck through one defender, and that's going to be a huge first down for the New York Giants. And I've kind of just waited for an opportunity to take a deep shot here in the ball game. I think it's going to come right here as we're going to go up and over, and Jalen Hyatt on the corner route had the guy burned, had Williams left in the dust, and Jalen Hyatt, who has been our superstar receiver, didn't get as much out of him as I wanted to this year, steps up in one of the biggest moments for us so far, the corner route one-on-one with Williams. I'll take that all day long. Trust our receiver against your DB, and we're able to get in for the touchdown. Now, there is 2 minutes left on the clock, and if we know anything about the Kansas City Chiefs, that's still a lot of time for them in this ball game. And after one Chiefs run, it's already going to be the 2-minute warning. They have to manage. They do have all 3 timeouts, though, but we're going to sit a lot in in the nickel looks here. We need a 4-man pressure to really be a difference maker in this one, as Patrick Mahomes is going to be looking to throw here. And so taking the snap, we're looking quick to the outside, and he does hit it. Nick Emery, I need him to be a little bit more on top of that. But already in the no huddle looks here, we're going to have to go man-on-man with Pacheco as they go up the seam, and Nick Emery again isn't able to break it up. And just like that, they're already at the 40. And I'm really uncomfortable with Quay Walker one-on-one on Travis Kelce. I'll be completely honest here, but up the seam again, and Nick Emery got burnt here again. And we're in the 4-3, and that's just a bad look here against this 5 wide, but it is going to be a slant route coming out, and good breakup from Micah McFadden. And I want our corners here playing inside. That's just a simple fact here, is it's going to be into Travis Kelce, a very tight window, and they do burn a timeout. And with 2 timeouts still remaining, they can actually run the ball here. I'm not going to lie. That's going to be an interesting concept if they do, but that's just too easy there to Travis Kelce. Holy crap. They made quick work of our defense going down the field. I said, hey, you give the Chiefs a little bit of time, they're going to make you pay for it, and they do here. Problem is, I don't think we can do the same thing. I'm a little bit worried about trying to force the ball with 45 seconds left in the Super Bowl. I may play a little bit more conservative and just take it to the half. And with the kick coming in, it's already a 4-score ball game again going into halftime. Luckily, we start with the ball, but I don't think I'm going to do anything here unless we can get a good return with Darrington Evans, and we don't. Only out to the 21. We're probably going to take this one into half, and we are just going to do a draw play here to Ezekiel Elliott, and Zeke's not going to go anywhere at all, and we're just going to let this clock run down and take it to half. And so starting out, it will be Evans here, and I need something explosive from him on this return. And up the middle, and the kicker brings us down. Second time today he's been tackled by a specialist, but this is really where we're going to start airing it out in this ball game here. Running, though, I'm going to have to throw this one away. The pressure there from Chris Jones got me a little bit worried. I didn't want to throw a bad pass out anywhere. We're going to continue here to try to make it work. Jalen Hyatt just got absolutely jammed on that slant route. I was looking there the whole way out to the backside. The safety was sitting up and over top of Keon Coleman. Couldn't force that. And this is going to be a coverage sack all the way through. I was looking for it, and I just backed up too much right into a sack here. So we're going to go 4 vertical sets. Simple as that. Now I'm going to try to test one-on-one to the outside somewhere up the middle. The pressure's just there, but if we could get up with Jalen Hyatt, and it didn't quite work, I'm going to have to punt this football away. But holy crap, the Chiefs just had our number on that opening drive, and we are officially going to be playing from behind against the Kansas City Chiefs. Not what we wanted, and they start out with great field position, and I'm just going to try to put pressure on Pat Mahomes. It's as simple as that. This crossing route does get in, but a lot of man-to-man looks, a lot of blitz looks here as this stop route does get caught, and Banks get beat again, but a little bit more, and they're already in field goal range as a sack comes up the middle. Quay Walker, we brought a blitz on first down. My goal was to force the ball out fast if it was a pass play, and it was, and we were able to come up the middle. Quay Walker, an absolute free runner there. That's what we needed from him. And maybe that's the concept that we found. That is a little bit of a hole for them, but I am going to kind of shade over here to try to help this crosser, and we're there with it, I think, and we do knock it out with Dane Belton. I was a little bit worried about Quay Walker and man-to-man coverage there. I'm not going to lie. So I wanted to run with it a little bit extra and it worked. And with it being a 3rd and 18, I have to bring, this is another blitzing situation. This is where we have to bring some pressure in, get something to work. Simmons one-on-one with Pacheco. We're just going to go across here, kind of run with some things, try to get things to fall in, and he just throws it away. And just like that, the sack from Quay Walker forces one of the biggest punts in this ball game so far, because we are already down, and the Chiefs start off with great field position, but this time they are going to pin us very, very deep, starting at the 12-yard line. They're dominating the field position battle, but Drake May and our offensive line needs to step up. And we didn't run the ball last time, but we will here with Ezekiel Elliott, and we're just going to try to break this one to the outside. Ezekiel Elliott's got a lot of room. We can make one juke move, get all the way up to the 25. He's already got almost 60 yards on the day, but I want to use the play action now to open up our passing game. I think that's how it's going to work, as Jalen Hyatt's open. And if Jalen Hyatt can just make one guy miss, he would have went the distance, but we do get it all the way up to the 50 already, and I'm feeling the momentum going in our favor. But I do want to throw another wrinkle in here in the 3rd quarter, and that's going to be a read option. It's not going to work, but we do have Zeke up the middle, decent carry to get us 5. And now Pierre Strong's going to check in for us at running back. And there's going to be another run here up the middle, but that one gets absolutely bottled up by the Chiefs. And that was Taylor Rapp coming downfield really, really hard here, but ODJ's ought to be open. I couldn't pronounce his name. I was kind of stuttering there, but OBJ, great grab, goes down with an injury. So for the 2nd time in his career, gets injured in the Super Bowl, and he is limping his way to the sideline. Look at that. So we're going to need Roman Wilson to come in, or Dontavion Wicks. And so depending on the formation look, it's going to be a big difference maker now in this game, as Keon Coleman's going to have, I think, his first catch of the ball game out to the outside. And I'm going to continue to try to go now here through the air. I'm going to scramble out. I'm looking, and I do see him right there. Just stay in bounds, Coleman, please. And he does. And with that, OBJ will not be returning to the game. He pulled his groin. Okay, I get it, but I need you here in the Super Bowl. But we are going to go back to the ground here with a Pierre Strong run up the middle. He gets bottled up again, so maybe I have to bring Zeke back in. So we're gonna, but I'm going to run a power look right behind Andrew Thomas. I need him to bottle him up, and Zeke breaks one, and Zeke fights his way into the end zone. The New York Giants regain the lead here in this one. Ezekiel Elliott with a solid touchdown run. Couldn't get any better than that. And I'm really, really happy with how that drive turned out for us. We used to play action a little bit more, and that's exactly what I need from him. Because he just breaks the one tackle and was able to fight in. I'll take that all day long in this game. Saquon Barkley may not be here, but Zeke, the other guy, is helping us out today. And while we're kicking this off, I do want to say real quick, if you guys haven't liked and subscribed already, make sure you do, because after Giants franchise, we're either going to another season or more franchises coming. And also, thank you so much for all the support on the videos so far. 2024 is going to be a great year filled with a lot of good content and a lot of good things, but now we're up 3 in the third quarter, towards the end here now, and Quay Walker is going to start us off with a good tackle. And it really is the blitz that has just worked out for us so far in this game, as Pacheco is going to have a catch for the first. And Mahomes is already up to 200 yards in this ball game so far, absolutely shredding up our secondary, something that's been commonplace just about all season long here, as they're going to go out to the outside. Good tackle for Amawari. I don't like the way Amawari's been playing today, but we really have no choice now with James Williams going out with an injury, and it does throw a little bit of a wrinkle into our nickel looks. Maybe I drop one of our guys back, but I really just don't know what we're going to do, as Walker does actually knock that ball out, so it is a 3rd and 6, and that's the matchup I want to see. Dane Belton on Travis Kelce right there. That's how we're going to win this ball game, and they go the other way against Quay Walker, and that's a good completion, as I'm getting a little nervous with the way this drive is going so far for the Chiefs. No deep shots, just really dinking and diming us down the field here, and really nothing we can do. Man-to-man zone looks whatever, as they go here again, and it is Deonte Banks letting up another completion to Sky Moore. Sky Moore's already got 6 catches on Deonte Banks so far, something that we really just didn't want to have happen, but that does bring us to the end of the third quarter here. Looking at the stats across the board, 17-14 is your ball game. The whole Super Bowl comes down to right now. And on this 2nd and 3, the Chiefs are going to start this fourth quarter with a stop route here to Sky Moore with another grab, so nothing really changes. And so one thing I am doing is I'm flipping the sides of the field. I want Sky Moore on Stingley going forward. I'm going to try to mix it up here. Banks is going to be on Hardman, as I do go here to Amawari's guy, and that's Rice making the grab. And so now that's going to bring in another change. We're going to start by rotating Deonte Banks down into slot corner look. Simmons, please get out on Travis Kelce there. Thank you. But I'm really just going to look here across the middle, and it is Banks letting up a touchdown. So Banks has become a liability in this game. And that's how it is. Banks is a liability. Chiefs grab back the lead in this Super Bowl right now, but Banks has let up 100 yards receiving today, minimum now, at least 8 catches. But going forward, we're going to rotate Amawari and Dane Belton. Belton's going to come down to slot corner. Amawari's going to go back up to strong safety. Xavier McKinley's going to be still sitting there over there at free. But with this kick, it is going to become a 4-point ball game once again. And time-wise here, I want to score quickly, because the Chiefs are going to make short work of everything. If we can't get it to work, is Evans, I'll take that kick return. But the momentum is absolutely killing us already, as I'm going to go out to Belly, who's got a good grab. And we really only have 30 plays on offense total so far in this game. But this wham concept's going to open up for Pierre Strong to hopefully fight his way up for the first down, and he does last second. And off of this, I am going to look to the air here, and I'm going to try one-on-one. Keon Coleman here. If Keon Coleman can go up, and he's not able to hold on to it, went to the animation. But I needed a jump ball catch from the big guy there, just not able to get it to work. And the Chiefs are focusing more now on the strip ball. That sucks, but it's okay. We're going to run a screen, and just please get out there. Pierre Strong and the lineman's not able to. I was trying to get him to set up that block, didn't quite lock on. And so this 3rd and 9 is huge here in this game, and I'm looking for Wicks here on the sideline, and Wicks is going to make the big grab, coming in for the injured OBJ. A 3rd and 9 conversion is huge, and I'm going to use that momentum here to take a deep shot. Simple as that. And I'm going to go up and over the top, and Hyatt had him burnt. Oh, if we just had a little bit more time. Jalen Hyatt over the top. And this is what I was looking at here. The safety right on this cut. The safeties rolled down high. This was the option that I really loved here. We could have gotten it to work up and over the top. But I digress. We move on here. It's going to be Belly with a good catch, and he's actually going to pick up the first here. And if we can get that block from Coleman, that's going to be enough for a first down and more. Belly has really come on for us in this playoffs now, which is exactly what we needed. With Roman Wilson now checking in for Keon Coleman, we are going to go to Wicks here on a jet sweep, And Wicks had just enough to kind of get around the edge and get us a nice 7. And with a very manageable third down opportunity, instead we're going to go to a play action. We're scrambling. We have guys all over us here, but we do get the catch to Luke Musgrave. And Luke Musgrave, the hurdle's not able to work, but we get it down to the 7. Such a big play there. The pressure off the edge came instantly, and a good scramble by Drake May throwing across his body here. You see it just thrown back across, getting into Luke Musgrave. I saw Hyatt there too, but the safety over top I didn't quite like. And on this play action, maybe we could find Wicks one more time here, and we do. Out to him. If he could get forward for a touchdown, he gets blocked up, but we are down to the 2-yard line. So we just need Pierre Strong to be able to punch this one in. And I see the hole, and Pierre Strong is going to get in to the end zone, replacing the injured Saquon Barkley. Him and Zeke have played absolutely phenomenal. So the game now goes back up to 3 points in our favor thanks to this Jake Elliott point after attempt, and we move forward now. 3 minutes, 45 seconds left on the clock. This is a close one. This is what we expected against the Chiefs. And so the Super Bowl, the fate of the NFL season in 2025, comes down to this final drive right here. We've held the Chiefs to no rushing yards on the day, and that's going to continue there after a failed truck attempt by Pacheco. And I'm going to really need Dane Belton here to play better in the slot than Nick Emery. That's what this final drive is really going to come up to, but Quay Walker gets burnt by Travis Kelce and breaks the tackle. Creed Humphrey goes down with an injury, though. And I think the dollar look, we have to go to the dollar look. It's as simple as that. Quay Walker, just can't have him on the field here in any sort of man-to-man situations. That's just how this is going to work. I'm instead going to flow with him. We're only going to bring a 3-man pressure, and the stop route across the middle is broken up by Stingley, and that's what I needed Stingley for, because I'll take that breakup all day long as we're going to continue to sit here on the dollar. I think that's going to be how we're going to win this football game. Any sort of crossers coming out. Instead, I out to Isaiah Simmons, and it is Travis Kelce bringing it in once again. And so screw it. We're bringing the blitz. We were rushing 3. Now we're bringing blitz here out to the outside. Good breakup, good collision there on the receiver, and Stingley's really playing lockdown in this game. I think he's only let up like 1 catch. While on the other side, Deonte Banks has just let up a crap ton of yards. Luckily, we're there to come back, and Stingley finally does let up a catch on the underneath drag route. But the 2-minute warning is here. It's 3rd down, so the Chiefs probably may take a field goal if we can't get this to work, if they can't get this to work here. And am I risking here by bringing a blitz? Absolutely. I need McKinley to come on over here. That's what I needed. As they go quick underneath to the outside, and it is caught. Namawari didn't get over either, so that audible just threw us all out of whack, and the clock continues to run. I'm starting to think maybe when do we start using our timeouts here to at least give us a chance, and this ball game's out to the outside. A good stop. Clock continues to do run here, and I'm actually going to burn our first one. Partially to stop the clock, partially because I didn't like the formation of guys we had on the field, and that's perfectly fine. And they do go to a little RPO action. We're there to ball it up to make it a 3rd and 2. And I'm going to burn another one here, because if we can stop them on this play, force them to take a field goal, that's going to give us more time. And I want to get out of that 5-2 look. And it's as simple as this. We're in the 4-3. I'm bringing a blitz. It's a run up the middle, and Bobby Okereke wraps him up. I'm burning another timeout here. This is a field goal situation here for the Chiefs, and it's going to put a final drive on us. The game in our hands. For Darryl Flott, a block on this field goal would be huge. That'd be astronomically crazy, and it's not going to happen. But the entire Super Bowl is now going to rest on one final drive. Hoyland was able to put it through. And so tied football game, it all comes now down to this final return by Darrington Evans. It's going to maybe be his last year in a Giants uniform, as this return doesn't get quite out where I want it to be. We had a free runner coming all the way down, and most dangerous man. You're supposed to block him if you're the second level guys sometimes. But here we go, starting with a simple play action. I just want to get our guys moving here, and I'm going to throw this one out to the outside, and it is going to be a flag. We drew the flag. I tried to run Daniel Bellinger last second into him, and it's going to be a pass interference. The Chiefs get the refs to turn against him here. Nice little gain, another 1st down. And so that's a great play coming out here, as now Jalen Hyatt on the slant route's going to have a catch. And we're going to go hurry up again here. Not a lot of time left on the clock. I'm not going to run it. We're going to go to the air. Nice and easy here. Daniel Bellinger, I need you to pick up this 1st down on this little stop route. And he is. Daniel Bellinger stays in. Daniel Bellinger stays running. Hurry up again. This whole drive is actually crazy here if we can get this to work. Can we snap the ball, please? I need time to be on our side here. Jalen Hyatt's got in field goal range. Jalen Hyatt off to the races. No freaking way down the sideline. He's not going to get caught. The stop route. Jalen Hyatt able to get into the end zone. They were just in, I think they were sitting on a cover 3 there, or a man-to-man. I didn't see the safety roll over to the middle, but Jalen Hyatt may have just won us the Super Bowl. There is no freaking way. He caught it, made one guy miss. The speed from him, 94 speed. We haven't seen that all season long. He broke it out to the outside, turned out. Nobody was able to catch him. The swipe, but the legs didn't work. Holy crap. No freaking way we were able to get that to work. And so with 33 seconds and all timeouts now, we need to stop the Kansas City Chiefs. It's as simple as that. The Chiefs have an opportunity to push this to overtime, but that's crazy. 3 plays. And that's actually Jalen Hyatt's second touchdown catch on the day, so maybe he'll walk home with Super Bowl MVP if we can get this to work. But the Chiefs are going to take a knee, but never count out the man, the myth, the legend, Patty Mahomes. Holy crap, I cannot believe how this game has went so far. And I think we're just going to sit in a heavy, heavy nickel here, and I do not want Quay Walker on anybody else besides either zone or on the running back. But nobody's out on Rice. Can we move somebody out on Rice, please? Thank you. As they're going to throw across the field, and they already got a catch. Timeout early. Banks is just getting beat. That is horrible here. And I think Isaiah Pacheco is going to stay in the block. Actually, he's going to go out here. He's going to go quick out across the middle, and we can't get a break up from Dane Belton either. So now 24 seconds remaining on this clock. We're shifting our corners inside again on this one, as we're just going to run here, and they're going to go out to Pacheco, and he's going to be tackled by Quay Walker inbounds. So now all timeouts are gone, and I'm going to make a ballsy play here. I want to bring a blitz. I want to end this game right here. 19 seconds left. We have a free rusher. We'll have a free rusher right at the quarterback, but he throws it out of bounds. Ooh, that almost worked out for us there. A risky play call, but I'm going to drop guys back now into a deeper zone. 2 safeties playing over top here, Amawari and Xavier McKinney. It's all going to come down to this here. As a crossing route is out, I'm going to run with it. So much time still left on the clock. As they go across the body, this one goes to Pacheco. And the clock's going to run 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And we did it. The New York Giants franchise. Holy crap, what a last play. I thought we let Pacheco get so open there into the end zone. No freaking way. We walk away with a Super Bowl win in this one. Pierre Strong coming up clutch for us in this season. Drake May coming up clutch. Our whole team getting it done when we really needed to get done, especially Drake May. And holy crap, Jalen Hyatt's going to probably walking away with Super Bowl MVP, but the Super Bowl trophy's coming down now. It was a very long season, only 6 wins last season, and with the guys we drafted and some of the trades we made, being able to come in and get it done, the craziest possibility did happen for us. So many last-second wins that just shouldn't have gone our way. The Arizona Cardinals game, this game, we got it to work. We were down going into halftime, and we were just able to come out and make it work. So now the question turns to you, the viewer. Do we continue with Giants franchise, or is it time to start anew? Thank you so much for enjoying the series so far. Let's take a look at the stats real quick. But as I'm talking through this, we took the Giants from 0 to hero here, and I think it's maybe time that we start a new franchise. So right now, in your head, what team do you want us to take over? We're going to take over actually at the end of this real NFL season if we do pick a new team. And how it's going to work is we're going to start at the NFL draft, at free agency, see what guys that we can go out and get. It's going to be as simple as that. We're going to have a really fun time with it, but make sure to like and subscribe if you guys enjoy Giants franchise. Thank you so much for the success of it. It's really changed my whole year to start 2024, and I look forward to many more videos coming your way and that I'm able to make for you guys. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in a new jersey.